You have to have trust to have dynamic subordination. When we talk about trust and inspiration on a team, inspiration is a hugely popular word, and it's great. But when we talk about inspiration and trust and what is required, I will ask you this question. If you had a team that was high on inspiration but low on trust, would that team survive? I'm seeing some head shakes. I would agree with you. Let me switch the question. If you had a team that was low on inspiration but high on trust, would that team survive? I see some more hesitancy, but I do see some nods, and I would agree with you. Yes, it would survive. Here's what we have to figure. Here's how we have to look at this. Inspiration is the wind, and trust is the boat. Okay? Of course, it's awesome to be sailing the water, and the wind's in our face, and we're going at a great clip. But sometimes the wind dies down, and sometimes the doldrums set in. All right? Sometimes life is decidedly uninspirational. I can tell you that from a military standpoint. Sometimes the military mission is decidedly uninspirational. What gets you by is trust. You have to have that boat, because if you don't have the boat, you're sinking. It's great when you have both, but if you're going to only have one, you need trust. A lot of people think of trust as a feeling. I feel like I trust this person. I feel like I trust this thing. But a feeling defined is simply a human emotion. That's all it is. So when we kind of studied this, we said, well, it's actually, in fact, a belief. All right? A belief defined is a human emotion that's been rationalized or justified by that human being. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, just matters that it has. And so trust is a belief. We have to form a belief. We have to make a decision as to whether or not we trust, which takes us to another old adage we've heard, we have to remind ourselves, is that you can't make anybody trust you. All you can do is behave in a way that allows you to make a decision to trust you. Guess where most of those behaviors come from? Attributes. And in fact, if you look at the leadership attributes, accountability, authenticity, selflessness, decisiveness, all those also are the same things that build trust. It's interesting how that works together. I was with a group called the Chapman & Co. Institute, and we did some work on trust, and we actually broke trust into 4 elements, okay? The 4 elements of trust. And let me go through those with you right now, okay? The first element is competence, all right? You can do the thing right. It's pretty simple. Pretty straightforward, okay? Element number 2 is consistency. Do the thing right over time. Now, the interesting thing about these first 2 elements is that they're actually pretty visible. They may be even a little bit skills-based. There might be some skills in there. They're visible, they're easy to see, they're easy to measure. This is often why, when we're measuring trust or when we're in environments that are not maybe our family, we focus on these 2, but the other 2 are actually just as important, if not more so, but a little bit less easy to see. Character. Okay, if we were to break character, which is a big word, down into one thing, we could say integrity. All right, so do the thing right, do the thing right over time, do the right thing. And then finally, compassion. Do the right thing for me because you care about me as a human being, even if it's at risk to yourself. The trust relationship can start in any one of these circles. Okay, but it's only when you have all 4 that you have the longest lasting, most durable trust. Because if you lose one, or if one breaks down, you have other ones to fall back on.